All right, welcome back. So today we are doing a complete beginner's guide to Zenkai Origin. So I'm not gonna say much. I just hope that if you do enjoy the content that we do make on this channel, to leave a comment down below, subscribe, post notifications, and let's just get straight into it, right? All right, after customizing your character and finally opening the game and being teleported in, you're gonna be near Chi-Chi, where she will give you your first quest, which is kill dogs. Obviously there's a quest marker that shows you where the quest items are, but I'm not gonna show you that. You're gonna most likely be confused about where to go and what quest for you to do, which is what we're going to mainly cover here. First, I want you to do a quick thing, and is press M. Familiarize yourself with your menu. You have your shop, which is where you can buy all your melee skills, your key, and other skills. I will touch on that later into the video, but not for now. Next, you have your skills, where you can actually equip them. All you got to do to equip is click on the skill, go on which slide you want it to. I'm gonna put this at 7, and it's gonna be on your 7th key. All that, fairly simple. For inventory, it's fairly simple also. It's your outfits, your accessories. Those are your cosmetic items. So your pretty much all your cosmetic, and other will mainly be for when you collect things like the Dragon Balls and all that, and they will show up in the other part. Next is your stat. You can tell pretty much what your current stats are and everything that you really need to know. One thing, when you are putting in your stats, be careful. Be completely careful, because there is no stat reset. What you put in is what you get, unless he does a major data reset where he reset your stat points for you. You are not going to be able to do that. So what you put in is what you get for the rest of the game, unless you start a new slot. Be careful. Next, we have help and info. It tells you pretty much all your controls. I'm not going to go over those, as you can see on the screen. And then this tells you the type of quest they are. One quick thing, Dragon Balls spawn every 6 hours. I know this is giving you GPO vibes already. I know, but it makes sense because the Dragon Balls are pretty broken in my opinion, so it's fair. It balances out, and you don't really need to collect the Dragon Balls really, unless you're a sweat. Next is the party system, fairly simple. Game Pass, you can buy Game Pass, you can even give 2 times the XP, and the only way to get a Dragon Raider right now is by buying the 1 hour one. Obviously you can buy the Trunk Sword, pretty cool cosmetic and all that, fairly simple. So that's pretty much the menu system and the skill shop, whatever. Next, we're gonna go over the map, right? So once you're doing Chi-Chi, you're probably wondering, where are your quests, right? After that, where do you go? Obviously you couldn't skip this video and not watch it to know where to go, or you could explore the map on your own, up to you. So first things first, after Chi-Chi, you're gonna want to fly up a little bit, right? So I'm gonna fly up right here, fly up, and you're gonna want to go behind those mountains, where you will find the next stages of your quest. You'll find a little town for your liking, which will be around your level, and it will give you the levels you need as you continue to progress, right? You're gonna talk to these people over here, right? Fairly simple. They give you the quest, and then behind this little town right here, you will see there's Master Roshi's house. Master Roshi's house will introduce you to the first start of the trainer quest. There are currently 3 trainer quests, which are Master Roshi, Korin, and Kami. You need to do all of them in order, so it follows the storyline. So the trainer quests are kind of like the story quests in a way. So first you will start with Master Roshi, and then it will show, again, don't worry about it, it will show you the markers for all of them, so you don't need to worry about not being able to find them. So Master Roshi is right here. You need to talk to him because he does give a good amount of EXP, and the quests are fairly simple, and I do recommend you can do those at level 10. You can get level 10 fairly easy, right? So after you do, so this is where you start your trainer quest, and that's for Master Roshi. Now there are 3 main cities in this game, right? There are 3 main cities in this game. There are West City, Central City, and Satan City. There's also East City, but that's not really a big city, and it doesn't matter as much, right? But I'm going to show you each location for each of them. So if I'm not talking, and I'm probably going to be putting this at 2 times speed, obviously I'm going to start from where Chi-Chi is. Oh yeah, before I forgot, right? So there's a town over there, right? If you go up to the right of the town entrance and you come over here, you kind of go behind this right here. There's another little town that you can do quests at right over there. I think you should be able to see it. Yeah, there's a little town right here that you can do quests at. That's pretty much what you would do between that town and this town. Then you would do Roshi. That's what I would personally recommend you to do, right? So if you don't know where to go for this one, it's fairly simple. If you go to Master Roshi's house, which is right over there, I already showed you where it is. You want to go, like, you can see where it is for me, right? So it will be like over here, but it's fairly simple. It's not really that hard. You can tell because I showed you it's to the right of the first town that I showed you, so it's fairly simple, right? So I'm going to start from Bulma's house, and then I'm going to be showing you each of the cities. Then I'll be showing you the dungeons, and then after that I'll talk more about leveling in terms of everything, right? So let's head over to Bulma right now. I need more agility because you're gonna need agility. Also, one quick thing, get a Nimbus. I promise you will thank me, because flying takes ki, but with a Nimbus it takes no ki. So again, thank me later, right? So we're going from Chi-Chi's house. So we're going to the left of Chi-Chi's house, which is the first one. So the first main city you're going to go to is obviously not West City, Satan City. So we're gonna head over there now. That little area under Satan City right here, which is the little desert place, this is mainly for this is where you have to do some of your quests from the Satan City and all that, right? So Satan City is right there to it, fairly simple. This is Satan City. This is where most of your lower level quests are, and they give like around, I don't think that any of the quests around in Satan City give more than 10,000 EXP. So again, this is just your basic city, your beginner city, if I'm being honest with you. After, you know, you do the Bulma and the surrounding towns, this is the next city you would want to come. Again, I'm not going to be showing you all the quest locations. You just need to go around this town area, well, the city area, and then you'll be able to do it, right? Next, we're going to Central City, which is, well, we're going to East City, but I'll do that after, because I won't show you East City because the trainer quest will send you there anyways. So next, we're going to want to follow this road that leads out of this city, and we're going over to Central. Central is the next big city, and in my opinion, one of the best city, because it has, I think, like the most amount of quests, or the highest amount of like EXP related quests in terms of everything, right? And this is where you will be able to find the shop, right? So as you can see right here, the shop is in a place where you can get all your cosmetic items in terms of accessories, clothes, and all that, hats. Central City, right? So now you're in Central City. For you to find the shop, it's fairly simple. Well, I'm not going to show you this. Well, I'm not going to show you the shop first. I'm going to show you this place right here. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the Dragon Shrine, right? This is where, if you do somehow collect all 7 Dragon Balls, you can come right here. I cannot summon them since I have 0 right now, but you can summon Shenron right here for, you know, if you do somehow find them and you are a sweat, which you do need help, but we're not going to talk about that, right? So that's for the Dragon Shrine. Fairly simple, fairly straightforward in my opinion. Next, I'm going to be showing you where the store is located in Central City. So first, we're going to want to head to the middle a little bit. Well, not even. The store's right here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's right here. But I'll show it to you from, like, you know, the middle of the map. Because if you do die at this place, you do respawn. And what's it called? So if you respawn right here, you're going to respawn right here. If you reset in this city, then you're going to want to head forward. Your first street, then you want to turn left, and this is where your store is going to be, right? Look at that. Obviously, you have a plethora of items and all that. Even got the dragon fit right there. Again, it has a lot of outfits. They're all 3D modeled, so nothing to worry about, right? Next, I did say I wasn't going to go over the quests in the cities, but for this one is different, right? So for Central City, there are a lot of quests in terms of everything, right? But some of them you can't do that fast. Like, let's say for these guys right here, I already did them. Like, these guys on the low side, they're fairly simple. But for things like Vegeta right here, I cannot do Vegeta's quest right now because it requires me to participate in the world tournament, which is another feature of the game that you can do, which pretty much is just a PvP arena really, and it only happens every 6 hours, and you can go to the rank lobby and it will tell you when the next tournament starts. These quests right here do the same. They pretty much tell you to go to the world tournament. Obviously there are some of them, like I think this guy right here, this guy isn't for the world tournament, and I think it's from this guy and onward all the way to Vegeta is for the world tournament, so that's fairly that. So this is pretty much a central city. Now we're going to, I think West City is what they call it. Yeah, West City, which is the final city on the map currently that you really need to know. West City, it's over here. Yeah, so from this spot right here, I'm gonna use my Nimbus and we're gonna go into the sun. West City is pretty far from like all the other cities, so why, I do not know. But I'm gonna speed up this part right here a little bit. All right, we are now in West City. So West City is currently the city with the highest amount of quests, while Central City has the highest leveled quests that you can do. Well, not highest leveled, but it has the highest EXP quests that you can take, right? Central City is a fairly decent city, and I'm not going to show you where the quests are. You can find out for that about yourself. I'm not going to take the enjoyment out of it. But here you can find Capsule Corp. Again, you can't really do anything with Capsule Corp. Even if you talk to Bulma, I'll show you right now, there's not much. I know that there are plans for, you know, all that. There are plans to add more to this later on, but for now there really isn't anything. But that's pretty much it in terms of city and, like, you know, quests and all that. That's fairly simple. And the store, that's fairly straightforward. Now we're going to go to the dungeon, right? There is only currently one dungeon in game, and that is the Pilaf Castle. I'm gonna speed up this video again. Well, I'm actually just gonna cut to where I get to the Pilaf Castle part because it's quite far, quite frankly. So let's just head over there now. All right, so we're near Pilaf's Castle now. I just wanted to show you how it looks like from the sides. Kind of pretty hard to miss it, especially since you are beginning the game. It's kind of like right in your face, right? So Pilaf's Castle is currently one of the only dungeons currently available for you to do. Again, I know it's that, but again, you can do this dungeon, I'm pretty sure, like daily. So it's a good way to get EXP after you're done with all the quests and all that, and until Namek is added, of course. So again, it's a good way to gain EXP after everything, after you're done with like the majority of the quests, right? So that's pretty much all there is in terms of the map and, you know, the story and the quest and all that. That's pretty much it. I was gonna show you Corrin's Tower and Kami's Lookout, but I'm not gonna do those since those are part of your training quest, and you will naturally have to go through them from the training quest. Don't forget to start at Master Roshi. If you don't, you just kind of sold the bag on yourself. I'm being so honest with you. But you probably, and if you go to West City anyways, you're gonna see Corrin's Tower and Kami's Lookout. You can see you can already see it over there. They're right over there, the hyperbolic time trippers and Kami's Lookout, if you do buy that game pass, right? So now let's talk about the combat. Now, in terms of combat, this game doesn't really have a lock-on system, but it makes up for that in terms of your melee moves. Your melee moves are mostly auto track, and, you know, they're pretty easy to hit. And while your key based moves are easily comboable with your melee moves, so you can use them right after the other. So in terms of a lock-on system, it doesn't really need one, because the melee moves and the combat itself make up for that lack of a lock-on. So if people do, again, it is not, I wouldn't say that just because it doesn't have a lock-on, the combat's trash. You have to play around with it, and you gotta learn the combat, since you are going to be playing this game for the first time. Fairly simple, fairly straightforward, right? Now, in terms of your race or build, right? Each race has a certain passive and stat increase. If I had to say the best race, I would have to say Saiyans. Saiyans are currently the best race in game in terms of balance. They are the most balanced race. They have a good balanced damage output. They have a good balanced health stat. They have a good balanced stamina stat, and they have a good balanced combat stat. Yeah. So, and then in terms of pure glass cannon, humans have the highest damaging forms in game. Majins and the Mechans, they have a health and a stamina increase respectively. That's their passive, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, in terms of overall balance, I do recommend going Saiyan. But if you are not one of those hype beasts and you actually like to do things for yourself rather than follow the hype, which is Saiyans as always, again, you can do that. Obviously the meta is human, because humans are just dumb. But again, the key drain on this game is fairly disgusting. And now that we talked about a combat a little bit in races, let's talk about your forms. Currently, humans and Saiyans have the most forms, followed by Majins and Namekians respectively. Humans have Kaioken, from Kaioken 1 to Kaioken times 20, and then to Mystic, they get Mystic. Not half Saiyans, humans get that. Then we have Saiyans, who get 3 forms, lucky them. They have the second most amount of forms. They get Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan, Master Super Saiyan, Ascended Super Saiyan, and Super Saiyan 3, I believe. And yeah, that's fairly simple, straightforward. They're pretty much there. That's all their forms. And each form, I think that Saiyans and humans give more stats in their forms than Majins and Namekians do, and that's mainly because in their base form mode, we have a higher level. I have a higher power level than a Saiyan at my same level. Fairly simple, fairly straightforward, right? So, but yeah, that was pretty much the video. All right, so we're in the ranked hub. I almost forgot to talk about this right here because it just almost slipped my mind. But in the ranked hub, there are 3 things that you can do. The first one being, well, not first one, but one of them being 2v2s, and it's mostly on the bottom left of the corner. You come over here, you can create a party by entering your party member's name, and you can, as long as there's people on it, you will teleport, and then you can do your 2v2s. Next, we have the 1v1s, which are they're pretty straightforward. It's just 1v1ing someone else. You just need to go over here to this part right here, and it's on the upper right of the hub. And then finally, we have the World Tournament. It tells you how much time is left between the tournament that's going to happen soon and the next one. Well, not really, just the tournament that's going to be happening soon, right? And the next one for me is in 1 hour and 33 minutes. People, even if you are not in the hub, you will get notifications asking you if you want to participate in the World Tournament, so you will be able to participate in it as long as you're in the game, or remember when. And on the left over here, we have the ranked 1v1 boards. I don't know where the ranked 2v2 ones are yet, but these are the ranked 1v1 boards. I lost all mine to the Majin Queen, but we don't talk about. Again, this is fairly simple stuff, pretty basic. It just, as long as you play the game, you will find more about that. And we're gonna go into the final thing that I want to talk about, which are melee skills. So let's get over there now. Alright, we're now in the final sections of the beginner's guide, and I was talking about earlier, I said that I would come back to the skills and the shop feature of the game, and now we're gonna talk about it, right? So skills are divided into 4 things in my eyes. While in the skills, when you do go to skills, there's only 3, but for me they're divided into 4 different sections. First, we have the melee skills, which are fairly straightforward. These are based off your melee stats. You can buy them from the shop. There's a whole section for them. You see the price. As long as you click on one of them, it shows you the price. Fairly simple. But these are based off your melee stat, obviously, and you know, melee damage, all that. That's pretty much what it's based on. Now for your keys, same thing. There are two types of key moves. They're the ones that are pretty much instant cast in terms of what's it called. Actually, not even. There are two types of key moves in terms of there's the beams. No, actually, my bad. Three types. There's the beams. There's the melee type key moves, which are kind of like a mix between melee and key. And then we have the what's it called? We have the bombs. So like spirit bomb, supernova, super spirit bomb, and even eraser cannon or trap shooter would kind of be considered a bomb type move in my eyes. Then we have the other part. The other is miscellaneous and evasives. The miscellaneous would be obviously spirit instant transmission. The coolest thing about instant transmission is that as long as you have the person's name and they're in another server, you can teleport to them, like genuinely teleport to them, and it will put you right near them too. So it will look throughout all the servers that the game currently has open, and it will find the person you're looking for. As long as the server like has enough space for you, you will get teleported, and it teleports you to the person in your server too. The next we have evasives, which are, you know, there consists of things like wrath and explosive wave. You see, like right here, this would be an evasive, helps me get out. It's pretty much iframes. It gives you iframes, also giving you the chance to do damage back, but not all evasives do that. So things like a backflip won't let you get out. They will let you get some iframes and get out of most things, but it doesn't give you like the chance to counter attack as much as explosive wave and wrath will do. And then the other type of miscellaneous is the it's the true miscellaneous. This one is Z Vanish. Z Vanish allows you to teleport behind the person, and you can easily start a combo with it depending on like what type of combos you like. You can easily use this if you Z Vanish. Let me find a mob real quick. I know there's a mercenary cow right here. As you can see, I'm right here. Hold on, he's right over. Where is he? Yeah, he's right there, right? I'm right here. Z Vanish. I appear right behind him, and oh shoot, he hit me, right? See, Z Vanish, dive kick or something. And yeah, like fairly simple, fairly straightforward. And that was fairly simple. Almost forgot about forms and mastery. So if you go to shop again, you go to other, and then you go down, you will see that you have your form. Each form options, our first form is called anger, and we get it at level 40 and all that. So that's forms, right? You can buy it. They each have an amount of Zeni, and they don't really require a mastery level, but mastery, you can, when you go to stats, you will see a little thing right under it, which is mastery. Mastery matters because without mastery, your mode drains, and the higher your mastery over your forms, the lower the key drain is. Currently my mastery is only level 47, and you can see how the drain on the key is, you know, is going down. There are two ways to train mastery. The first one is just using the form, going around with it, fighting and all that. And the second one, you can only get it completely after you, you finish the trainer quest and you are finally at Kami. So you talk to Kami once you're done with everything, and you will be able to do the meditation. So through meditation, you can bring your mastery level up. As you can see right here, it's fairly simple. Bring the orbs inside, and it gives, and this is probably the fastest method of gaining mastery over, you know, just having the form on. You can't really macro this since like the orbs spawn in like different areas. So even if I were to macro one area simply, it won't work because the orbs don't have a set spawn and all that, you see. And it's just faster if I just did it myself. And the orbs don't have a set spawn like that, and they just spawn pretty much random around the area, so there's not much you can do in terms of, you know, macroing here, and macroing is not allowed in this game. So yeah, that's pretty much all of the aspects of the game that you really need to know about. But yeah, if you did enjoy the video and if you found it insightful, don't forget to leave a like, comment down below, subscribe with post notifications, and I'll catch you guys next time.